And that's why I was saying like, oh damn, wouldn't that be nice to have a guy friend where it's like strictly platonic? It's hard for women to find, and even for guys, like I'm sure guys have that feeling too, where they're just like, yo, like I want to have a girl that I can just like, like,
But
not
that
even,
be,
maybe not.
That would be your wife.
That's
The check-in. Hold on. The check-in. I'm not reading this. The check-in.
Welcome to the check-in. We're back. It's your boy Sikes here with my boy Moss, Scrilla, and we got a special guest. We're gonna let her introduce herself.
My name's Sasha. Thanks for having me, everyone. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some juicy topics for you guys today. Let's get it started.
So today we're doing the fence. The question is, can men and women be friends?
I feel like men and women can be acquainted.
Acquainted.
I'll touch on it later.
Acquaintance. Okay, acquaintances. Okay.
That's my thesis. Men and women can be acquainted.
They can be acquainted. I don't know about friends. Like, okay, yeah, you can be friends because I have some friends. Well, I have some friends I haven't talked to in years, and we're still friends if we book each other.
Yes.
But
Okay, makes sense.
leave it there for now.
No,
Scrilla?
I don't think so. I think when you're saying friends, it's somebody I keep in contact with often. Like, my friends are like my family,
Talk
to be
with
honest.
regularly.
And I would say there may be a few females that I see like a little sister to me or big sister to me for sure. But it's someone that you're talking about consistently checking for. It's very problematic. It's very, very, very problematic to say that they're friends because one person always catches feelings. Always.
Okay, so I'm a little bit on the fence about this topic particularly because I've had this conversation, I've had this discussion, and I'm surprised that both of you guys said no because every person I've spoken to has always said yes. And I'm always arguing with them because I agree. I don't think they can be friends.
My question is, are they trying to chop you and they say like, so you can't have friends?
No.
So if they're trying to get your number,
no, like the thing
they're gonna
is,
start with friendship first, and they're working their way in. So
no, I have like it's very difficult for men and women to be friends, and I really think it all depends on the guy. It doesn't depend on the girl. It depends on the guy and his intentions and his perspective. You can I'm not gonna say there's no guys out there who can talk to a woman and just have a platonic friendship with her. There is some guys that can do that and that want that from a woman, or have grown up with a girl or family friends, so you see them as family, but end of the day that's not your blood, so then that's your friend, right?
Fact.
But like I do think, I was thinking about this earlier today. I was listening to an audiobook and I was like reminiscing on my life. And the audiobook asked like, oh, do you remember the first friend that you started a business with? And I was just like, yeah. So I had a childhood friend named Leandro. And we used to do everything together. Shout out Leandro if you're watching this, and his sister Niza. But like, yeah, we used to do everything together. They lived on my block, so we started a business, all these businesses when we were kids. And I was just thinking, I'm just like, damn, like how nice would it be to have a friend like him now, where it's like a guy. And for women, like I think that's a difficult thing because I think women are a lot of the time looking for that type of like nostalgic feeling from their friends that they had that were guys when in childhood, and then they look for that like now, and that's where it gets tied into like women having these kind of perspectives about men because she'll try to be friends with you and then you're trying to slide all the time, So then women are just like, oh, like
she can be right. Yeah. I feel like it's also based on if you're in a relationship or not. You know what I mean? Because if you're in a relationship, most of the time it doesn't work because the girl or the guy, when you're in a relationship, has a problem with it.
No, because you gotta respect boundaries.
Exactly.
Like, what if she's in a relationship,
exactly,
and you're checking for her, you say no, you're good.
So that means they're not really friends, because if me and you are friends, you're my brethren. You know what I mean? There's never a problem. But if there's a girl and I get a girlfriend, then there's problems. You know what I mean?
But
were they friends before?
Yeah.
And how confident is the person that's the significant other?
But it's like one of those things where you're confident, but because your girl or guy has a problem with it, you kind of refrain from being
it does affect the friendship.
It's the same way that let's say that you're with your partner and you have a female friend and your female friend shows up to your crib without your partner being there, would that be a violation, right? Although if I say we're friends, would your female partner be
so the female friend was at the crib?
If the female friend comes to my crib and my partner doesn't
and your partner came over afterwards?
My partner doesn't know about it, or if he came after, it's problematic. But and reverse the roles. It's the same way if I see another dude in my crib,
it's problems.
As soon as you come home, you're like, yo, what?
What is this? Problem.
But that goes into a whole different discussion.
Because if we're friends, it shouldn't be an issue.
No.
I agree.
I'm going to have to retract my statement a bit. I feel like men and women can be friends on very, very, like, under certain circumstances. So it's not a common thing. Mm-hmm. So let's say 100% of friends are guys and girls, or sorry, male to male, female to female. Mm-hmm. It's like 5% of that 100% would be male to female, I feel. Because I was just sitting here and we're talking. I was just like, damn, my brother's best friend's a female. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever, you know? But it's very rare.
It is really
so,
rare.
And the time I do see it is often a friend zone situation, whereas the person
where one person's interested
100%,
not
one
always.
person interested.
Yo, cut it out.
No, not always.
You're like my little brother. You're like my little brother.
Sometimes it's the guy that's saying, yo, ooh, nah.
That's
chill,
true.
Chill.
There is that.
It happens, right?
But you know, yeah,
well,
definitely.
I'll give it to you more time because, okay, so like the when you were talking about childhood friends, like you and him are friends, and you guys
innocent.
You guys don't think
innocent.
in the manner that you think of. As soon as guys hit puberty, we grow another head, right? So we have another,
or it's activated. It's activated.
It was dormant before, so now we have I'm like, yo, wake up in the morning, you're like, yo.
Oh my God.
Day straight. Oh, what's going on?
Shout out the childhood friend.
There's the thing too. It's like guys and girls can be friends, but there's two different definitions of friends how I see it here, because it's not the same way. Even for me as a female, I can have guy friends. Yeah. It's not the same friendship as me and my girlfriends, because we connect on the same things. We're the same gender. We go through the same things. We have the same sort of issues. That's where you're connecting in friendship. That's where where it stems from, your commonalities with people, right? So I think that guys and girls can be friends, and a lot of the time, men and women friendships are based on perspective, where, they're just close because they go to each other and they want to get the other person's perspective, or the male's perspective, as you get older at least. When you're a kid, it's different. And that's why I was saying, like, oh, damn, wouldn't that be nice to have a guy friend where it's, like, strictly platonic? It's hard for women to find, and even for guys, like, I'm sure guys have that feeling too, where they're just like, yo, like, I want to have a girl that I can just, like, but
that would be your wife.
That's true.
That's your best friend.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's what men and women are usually friends like that.
Yeah,
wow.
because just from the point that you mentioned is that because, as you said, you have the commonalities, things are clicking so well that, as you said, it should be somebody that possibly your partner.
And a big part of being friends is caring for each other. So like I'm like, yo, okay, this guy links me 4 a.m. Like, yo, bro, this is happening, or whatever.
Your girl that the friend can't do that.
I get up on my bed, tell let's say I'm married, yo, baby, I gotta go get Jordan. If I wake up like, yo, I gotta go get Sandra. She's in church. Yo, wait, what?
For what?
She doesn't have a man?
1,000%.
What? She can't call her parents? You have to get, it causes problems.
It does
not
cause
to say you're
problems.
not friends because it causes problems, but it's just a whole bunch of issues behind it as well, too. Right? When you hit certain ages.
Once you hit that age, yeah, exactly. Right. Agreed.
I mean, so the question is, so you said in certain circumstances, very 5% chance.
5%.
Okay.
So out of every 10,
I think you stuck. Technically, I think you stuck to your original statement.
I
They
mean,
can be acquaintances.
I feel that way, but there's exceptions to every rules, right? Every rule, right? So yeah, we could be acquainted. But I don't feel we could be friends
100%.
Like this.
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, I mean, I think they can be acquainted. I think that they can be
okay.
More than acquaintances, but not it's just it's not one of those when you're older.
Not like my best friend. Not
like my best friend. No.
Can't be friends without the benefits, right? That's how it goes sometimes.
Okay.
No, I would say still no. I think, as you said, the acquaintance, but just in terms of friends, genuine friendship, you can have that if it's, as I said, you have to really be it's your big sister or it's your big, or or your big brother to a woman, something like that, that you just know that, you know what, you're looking for the well-being of that individual.
Nothing else.
Like it has to be that strict. But if it's something that you're constantly checking for the person, seeing how it becomes problematic, as you said, the person will be paged about it. Where is their 100%. Partners to help them out?
I'm more on Sikes's. I don't think so. Maybe in like the slightest, but more like best friends. Not like best friends, but like
has to be
brother, sister.
Has to be legit.
I really don't think so. I'll be honest, I don't think so.
But I think that we're all okay. So hold on, I might want to change my answer. I do. Sorry,
I don't think
I'm
so.
a woman.
I don't think so.
Like they can be friends, but I think the reason that we're all going no is because the circumstances that we gave, that we offered up, like, oh, you're married and you get out of bed. Like now that's the only thing that's in my head. I'm just like, shit, that's true. Or like stuff like that. But it's all circumstantial. I think that men and women can be friends, but there's always going to be those boundaries there. Like there is with other friends too. I mean, I'm going to have girlfriends where she's going to be sleeping beside her husband and we're 30 years old or whatever, and I can't call you in the middle of the night. You have kids,
Yeah,
like,
but I don't think the husband would be as upset.
Yeah, he wouldn't be. If it's important.
Then it got a call from Jordan,
For instance, my brother's best friend, like my brother's two closest friends are lesbians, right? So there's no interest there. Like, you know what I mean? They don't like him. He's like, yo, you don't like me, so I don't like you like that.
And there's also not going to be any jealousy or whatever coming from partners. So like,
you're telling your girl, yo, I gotta go pick up this
But those
person.
are like one-offs.
And she's
Yeah,
like, all right, whatever.
There's always going to be that one crazy girl that's like,
doesn't like you.
is she a real?
Like, yo, how many, is she a bush though? All right.
Right.
So they can be friends.
It wouldn't be like.
So they can be friends if they're not in relationships. That's what you're saying? That's what you're saying? If nobody's in relationships, then they can be friends?
I think that
she's in a relationship.
She was saying circumstances.
Yeah, circumstances.
So
I'm saying when you're not in a relationship, okay, then you have no one to answer to. Basically, so you can do whatever you want and nobody's gonna question it.
But then I still think you can't be friends.
I don't think so.
I don't.
But I'm asking.
Like whether
I think that's like a whole different combo too, because it's like, who's regulating you that much that you can't be friends with who you want to be friends with? But that's for a different episode.
No, I'm not saying that you can't want to be friends. Like, you could always want to be friends. But I feel like with relationships like that, you tend to get closer than you intend, because so like, if you're crying at night about, I don't know, something, and your best friend's a guy, and you could go, oh, boom, now you're on his shoulder, cuddling, whatever, you guys are chilling, it's okay. Look at you. Okay, see where I'm going, right? Whereas if it was a girl and she, you're crying, she's wiping your tears, whatever, you don't think much of that. But like, we're wired just to think like this way, so it just clicked. Even if you're not thinking like this, the man might just be like wiping your face, like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. just as an example, oh gosh, I don't want to see her sad, blah blah blah.
Yeah, no.
Tune into the check-in. Like, comment, subscribe.